Leganes 0, Barcelona 1, and that performance there, it wasn't the absolute best from Barcelona. It wasn't really, to be honest. They were really poor for me across the entirety of the match. More so in the very first half, and I think Leganes had a gilt-edged opportunity to score, but obviously Szczesny made a brilliant save there, literally right in front of him. So for me, across the match, 90 minutes, it didn't really scream the Barcelona that we've been seeing all season. But at the end of the day, they did get the result. Now, for me, if this was Real Madrid's position and they were in the lead of La Liga and they got the same result against Leganes, for example, or a team of that similar liking, then I would be happy because it's the business end of the season and then you're just literally getting the results that you need to win La Liga. So some Barcelona fans would say it's a very professional performance in terms of how they got the result. Yes, it was an own goal, but honestly, Gerard Martin, the way that he lost the ball and then done the press itself to retain the possession again for Rafinha to literally slot that past Lewandowski. Obviously, it was cut out for an own goal, but that's literally Barcelona in a nutshell. Sometimes the team can have lapse in concentration, but in occasions also they're very organized. And in that instance there, Gerard Martin, the way he picked up the ball and then lost it and then retained it again, that literally screams Barcelona and how Hansi Flick wants his team to play. So overall, when I look at this team, yeah, they're looking like they're just literally getting result after result after result until they win La Liga. And of course, that El Clasico at the beginning of May is going to be a very big game for Barcelona and Real Madrid. I think, honestly, it's going to be much tougher than I expected in terms of a Real Madrid standpoint. I think Real Madrid will maybe be confident going into that match, but Barcelona also will be confident going into that match because it's Real Madrid's last chance to put a number on the table so they can actually close the gap to Barcelona. And obviously this weekend, Real Madrid have Alaves. So the two-horse tie between Real Madrid and Barcelona is really heating up. And you see me a bit more resolute in this fan camp because obviously when I looked at this performance today, like I said, I didn't really see anything from Barcelona that much, apart from another chance from Fermin Lopez, who literally just guided his way through the defence and just scraped it wide. But apart from that, not really much from Barcelona. So is there still hope for Real Madrid? Maybe, because Barcelona, comfortably in the Champions League semi-final, honestly, they have La Liga here to work on the next few matches and see how the results are actually going to take them forward. Because Leganes was always going to be a tough proposition. You're going to another Madrid-based team. You're playing away from home. Leganes, the audience, the actual stands, everybody shouting and screaming, and Leganes make a lot of noise. Honestly, I can hear it from when I live in Madrid, but honestly, they have obviously sometimes the upper hand in terms of the atmosphere and how they're building up. Leganes, obviously, they're not the most incisive team in the world. And at the end, Inigo Martinez made an absolute brilliant challenge to cut out an attacking opportunity from Leganes. So obviously a lot of people screaming Inigo Martinez's name this season. And yeah, I do believe it. He's probably one of the best defenders in La Liga this season. And I've just got to see where Hansi Flick is taking this, because yes, they do have a few hard matches coming up, so they need to really just be on the game consistently. And I'm doing this more in a neutral perspective, not as a Real Madrid fan, because I don't want to do it as a Real Madrid fan, because anything that literally says to me Barcelona, you just want to scream at the television and say, you know what, this team, you better perform, this team, you better perform against them. But you know what, unfortunately, you can't do that this season. It's in our own hands that we lost it, how we lost La Liga in terms of the points gap that Real Madrid have. So it's only down to the business end of the season. It's down to these last 7 games, 6 games, and how every single team is going to perform against Barcelona, how every team is going to perform against Real Madrid también. So honestly, there's always going to be a match or two that we're going to find difficult, especially as Real Madrid fans. And with the style of play that we adopt, we're always going to find every match difficult. Barcelona not so. I think the style of play that they adopt, it worked well into Leganes' hands, because Leganes was sitting deep, they were very resolute defending, and they like to hit, obviously, teams on the break, and they did that today, but without the opportunities at the end. Obviously, they scored a goal, it was offside because of that amazing high line that Hansi Flick's teams adopt. So, honestly, for me, there's a lot of things looking at this season. It's how you're going to cater in the Copa del Rey final. It's how you're going to cater in the Champions League games, especially if they're playing Bayern or Inter. Then they're going to have eyes on that. You saw Arsenal today and how they had eyes only on the Real Madrid match in the Bernabeu against Brentford, dropping points once again. So this is how it is. Obviously, the Premier League is lost. La Liga isn't lost for Real Madrid by any means. Yes, I keep on saying it because of style of play, because of how Ancelotti's team is playing, then I think La Liga is lost, but anything can happen. Anything can happen in football, and it's all depending on a few things. Like I said before, that El Clasico match beginning of May, absolutely a huge game. The Copa del Rey final, also how that has an effect on Barcelona moving forward in terms of La Liga, how they're going to chase the league. And if they have this points gap ahead of Real Madrid by then that's a confidence booster also. Then also the Champions League, how they play in each match there. Honestly, there's so many different things, so many different factors that can counter Barcelona's charge to La Liga, honestly. But for me, I look at it from a neutral perspective. Obviously, I'm a Real Madrid fan, but as a neutral perspective, when you're looking at these two teams, Real Madrid not playing so well, but they're keeping up there. Barcelona playing really well, apart from obviously this match and obviously Betis' match, which I found they were really bad there as well. And honestly, you see Barcelona a little bit starting to fall off. I don't know if this is just the occasion, business end of the season. Are Barcelona going to fall off so much that allows Real Madrid to come back at them? Who knows, guys? Who knows? And it's just all a matter of chance. What's happening in the Champions League? What's happening in Copa del Rey? What's happening in La Liga? And those three competitions, because Real Madrid, obviously I don't think we're in the Champions League anymore. Obviously the first leg against Arsenal was absolutely shambolic, but we're in the Copa del Rey, or in the final, and we're still chasing La Liga somehow. So obviously tomorrow, Alaves, let's see how obviously Real Madrid fare there, because I think that's going to be another tough away game. Because regardless, we've seen Real Madrid against relegation fodder teams. They haven't fared so well either. So this team really needs to show up. They need to show what they are capable of in terms of against Alaves, because it's not as clear as people think it is. It's not as clear as people think, oh, Barcelona are going to fall off, oh, Real Madrid are going to catch them. It's not as clear as that. Come on, people. Like, you see how Barcelona play. Even today, a lot of Barcelona fans, like I said at the beginning of this video, would say this is a professional performance. I would say it's a performance where they needed to get the result. That's it, and they did it. By any means, by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, it took an own goal to do that. But Real Madrid fans are now going to be piped up. They're going to be saying, oh, yeah, look at this performance, but look at Real Madrid all season. Guys, look at us all season. So it's different. The difference maker this season is how the different competitions have an effect on a team's morale, a team's ability to carry on throughout the season, and how many competitions they're in affects fatigue as well. It does affect fatigue. Yes, fixture congestion is a big thing. We know that. Not as much as Ancelotti's been saying, but it's a big thing. So look, we're going to have to wait and see. It's going to be really heating up towards the end of the season. The El Clasico match at Barcelona is going to be a crucial game for Real Madrid. Crucial game, and a crucial game for Barcelona as well. Guys, take care. Good match anyway from Barcelona, from their perspective, I think, in terms of the result. But let's see the rest of La Liga. Take care, guys. A la Madrid y nada más. Take care.